What's up, my lovers? Or, or my friends, or people on the internet. I don't know. Maybe I just love everybody. You don't know. You're not my dad. No, nothing. Okay.
Maybe I
am. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Winter House Gaming Podcast number. Who knows? Honestly,
yeah. At
who
this
knows?
point, who's counting?
I lost track years ago. Years ago, my friend. Years ago. Let me turn my my brightness down because it's blinding me. So yeah. Crazy shit. E3 kind of sucked.
E3. Yeah.
Right?
It was pretty underwhelming. There were a few major highlights, but other than that,
dude, I've been hearing people all over the internet just kind of like trash it, like real bad. Yo, Christopher Ashley, what's going on, man? Yeah, okay, so before we really get into E3, let's get into that again. The kind of what's going on, because I almost, it's not that I forgot that it's gonna happen, but I forgot that there's a lot of people that probably haven't seen anything or
haven't seen that
or would like to hear something from us. Okay, so basically it's real simple. It's actually super simple. We have been going hard for a very long time, a very, very long time. And it's just, we're tired, and that's really what it boils down to.
You see this face right here,
right? He's glazed over.
It is very, very tired.
Yep. Yeah. There's a lot of things going on in our personal lives. Also, nothing super, super crazy, just stuff, so juggling everything, it just, sometimes you just need a fucking break,
Sometimes you really do.
That's it. That's really as simple
what
as
it boils down to.
Yep.
We're going to take a few months off, kind of recuperate.
But I have to
recalibrate.
Yeah, exactly. I've got to let everybody know that the only thing that we're not doing is we're not streaming. We're still going to be podcasting because we love doing this. We love talking. I love talking. Ask anybody. You've all heard me. We're going to be talking about news on the page. We're going to be in Discord hanging out, having a good time.
Yep.
Here and there we might post some gameplay that we've been kind of like messing around with. Maybe not though. We're not going to stress out about it. That's kind of the point here. We've been working really, really hard for a very long time. And we deserve a break. Now, a couple of things that are going to happen during that break is some of you that have been, a couple supporter badges are going to disappear. That happens because we're going to lose our star capability. It actually is going to take us 2 or 3 days to get it back. I'm not worried about any of that.
Yep.
If you lose your badge, and that makes you upset, I'm sorry.
We apologize.
And Kelly's sorry, but it's definitely going to happen.
You will get it back, though. That is the good thing.
Yep.
You will get it back.
Brandon Rose says, how did it get down to just 2 of you? Life. That's exactly what happens. Sometimes you just get a little bit older. You want to go a different direction. All that. It's no big deal. Not at all. Then come visit me then. Yeah, there you go. It's easier said than done. Ethan Vo says, okay, everyone needs a break as long as you're not going away forever. No. The thought has crossed my mind. Not gonna lie, it absolutely has. But it's
crossed both of my. It's to be real. It's crossed both of our minds, right? Because we're not getting any younger, and as work gets crazier for us, as life gets crazier, we settle down. Move into new roles at work.
Right.
Have new responsibilities.
Yep.
Things don't get any easier, and we have to either think about taking that more seriously or find a way to take this more seriously and make this into only what we do. And right now that's not realistic.
No, it's not.
And that's part of the reason why we're taking this break, is so we don't burn ourselves out and stop wanting to do
because it's kind of like, for instance, you see like the hype and stuff like that, and the excitement and all that stuff from us, and lately it's been just we maintain it to a certain point inside streams, and then it just, we're just getting tired, so it kind of fizzles off, that type of stuff. I think that everyone deserves a break in some sort of fashion. We are actually in a fantastic position to take a break. It's a really good time to do that. B. Dilly says, Dave talks even more when he drinks. Yes, I do. How is that even possible? Anthony Holtz, how's it going? Chris Wiley actually nailed it. The other two guys have a lot of stuff going on in their personal lives, and they had to make a choice. It was not an easy choice. It had
for either of them. Yeah, it wasn't
for any of
easy
us,
for
really.
either of them. For anyone, yeah.
And
it's been especially hard for us to deal with as well, having not having the two of them.
Yeah. And honestly, it's even for us, the commitment to sit here every single day, or just not every day, but like on our stream times after work, we're sometimes so exhausted that I'm just, oh man, I'm dragging ass. I don't want to go in there and stream. I don't. But the second I hit the button and see all of you guys' names start popping up, it kind of just, it pulls you in. It's like a drug,
It really does. So, it does make a difference.
Yeah, and all the love that we've gotten since we posted what we did post and about the break has been absolutely explosive, and it
really has been.
It took me from wanting to kind of not stream anymore, to kind of just hang it up, to nope, we're gonna regroup. That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah,
we're gonna take some time.
We're gonna regroup.
We're gonna keep.
We have to figure out. We really have to figure out how to do some things differently, how to improve at our craft, at our trade.
Yeah, exactly.
How to bring you guys better entertainment, and how to not burn ourselves out.
And how to maintain that entertainment. That's another thing. We are so.
Yeah.
I'll be the first to tell you. Also, Ethan Vo's not getting any younger with that attitude. Yeah, right. I'll be the first to tell you. Look, Kelly and I feel like we are light years away from really quality content. You see all these people making these really cool videos. I can't do that. He can't do that. We don't know how. So we give you what we can give you in the means that we can, and we just cross our fingers that you all like us and stick around. And
we're real, if not anything.
Yeah. And that's actually what I like about us anyway. Whether anyone has to tell us we're just, realistic, we're exactly who we're going to be. Maybe have Shane stream instead of you guys. I've actually thought of that too. I've been encouraging Shane to stream on his own page for a very long time, and I think he's getting close to ready.
I think so.
He knows that if any time he would like to come stream on our page, I would absolutely let him. In fact, if anybody,
we have all of the equipment in the world for him to do so.
We do, and he's even got it. He spent way too, a lot of money on it too. But even anybody else that streams out there, I know we got a couple streamers that come in and watch us and stuff. You guys want to jump on our page? I'm not opposed to it. I'm absolutely not opposed to it.
We've had guest streamers before. It's not anything that's new to us.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for the opportunity, you want to keep our page alive in our short absence, absolutely reach out to us, because we can set something up if that's something you're interested in doing.
Right.
So
now we're going to start talking about E3 again. All right, so go ahead. You were talking about Elden Ring?
Yeah, so Dave and I are going to get into our top 5 E3 2021 highlights. So like I mentioned, it wasn't technically part of E3, but rather Jeff Keighley's summer gaming festival, or whatever the hell it's called. Elden Ring, yes. Open world. There's stealth, which is new to any Soulsborne type game ever. Different approach for sure, and it's produced by Hideo Miyazaki. I think that's his name. It's a mouthful. I probably pronounced
you
that
actually
wrong.
Did way better than I would have done. I would have destroyed that name.
Well, all you know is he's the guy from Software, the lead developer there, and George R.R. Martin, who's responsible for Game of Thrones, the book series, not the TV shows. And they created this world together. And if you guys have seen, shut up, Jason. No one wants to talk about 76.
Whoa, shots fired.
If you guys have seen the reveal video where they revealed the date and revealed all of the details, it is stunning. I'm pretty excited about it. So, Dave, what would be your first from what you've seen?
Can we talk about the beauty of Starfield, please, just for a minute?
Yeah,
Let's just
yeah,
reminisce.
that was on my list too, and we can cross that off
Dude, I'm telling you, I
with one
I
here.
love the thought of a more structured No Man's Sky type thing. Now,
Not only is it going to be more structured, it's going to take a more realistic approach to space exploration.
right.
Is what they're kind of aiming for with a photorealism, kind of like crossing Indiana Jones. I guess if you want exploration themes.
Yep. So
Uh,
I'm actually really excited about it. I love exploration anyway. I love wandering
yep.
around. I love loot. I love just collecting loot. In any game, it's actually one of my favorite things to do. Skyrim. I mean, you saw
Yep.
people do it all over the internet. How many wheels of cheese can you steal? The answer is all of them, right?
All of them.
So
Yep.
yeah, that's something I'm very excited about. I want something a little bit more dynamic. I want something a little bit deeper. I want something that looks more realistic. You know what I mean? I love No Man's Sky, but the realism is not. You know, it's cartoony
It's not.
space
Yeah.
exploration.
And No
You
Man's
know?
Sky isn't as structured. You can almost
Correct.
kind of get lost.
Yep.
And sometimes that's a bad thing when the game doesn't provide you with enough structure and it just throws you out there and says, okay, here, this is all
Exactly.
you have, do something,
Yeah. Yeah.
Not that I don't like that, but it requires a certain approach
Nope.
and
I
a certain
totally
type of
100%
game.
understand that. Now,
Yep.
um, you know, as far as like everything goes, I want real jobs, not just I want jobs that have meaning on the game. Um,
Yep.
so when you play No Man's Sky, they're the jobs that you have just to me they feel like they go nowhere. They feel almost pointless to the ending
Empty.
result.
Empty.
Empty.
Yeah.
If Starfield does it the right way, um, it could be awesome. It could be absolutely fantastic. It could be game of the year contender for sure. However, there is a lot more coming out that
Yeah.
looks great.
Yeah, for
For
sure. I
instance,
mean, Starfield is coming out next year, late end of
yeah,
2022, but it definitely is could be contender for 2022 Game of the Year if it plays its cards right.
yep, yep. And the photorealism looks fantastic. Everything about it just looked really
But
good.
it'll have to take down God of War Ragnarok, which is also coming out next year.
Yes,
So
yes. And that I was actually telling someone about it. Who was I telling? Oh, Richard. I was like, Richard,
yeah.
dude, you come in here and you get any one of these consoles, and you get God of War, which is up here somewhere, and you have to play that game. You have to. It's absolutely phenomenal game.
It's one of the PS4 exclusive games that if you own a PS4, know someone that owns a PS4, you take their damn
Hmm.
console, you put that game in, and you play it because it's one of the
Absolutely,
games you need to play.
absolutely. And if you can, you know, if you want to, you can do what someone did at my house and just steal my other copy. That's cool. Actually, someone did.
Yep.
Someone just like
No, someone
yeeted
yeeted
my
it off
copy, and
the
I'm just
shelf.
like, oh,
So
okay.
yeah,
The good thing is I was finished playing it. And then I'll just wait until it's on sale. Actually, no, I think I already did. No, I actually
yeah,
no. Someone gave it to me. Someone actually gifted me a copy because someone stole it.
yeah.
I want to
I
go
think
to
they
Chris
did.
Wiley's comment real quick. Okay. I'm sorry that this
Yep.
took so long. I was waiting for a good spot. Here's my question to you guys: is it worth buying a Series S for a few exclusives and Game Pass? I do have a PC, but ultimately am a console player. Okay. Bad friends, Dave. Yes, I think I know who did it, but no, it's fine. Chris Wiley, uh, the reason you've come to the right place and your fans and friends, great friends now of Winter House Gaming and Kelly and myself, is
Yeah,
that we are right with you on that idea. Okay, so we have PCs that work fantastic. We have a couple games we play on them. Ultimately, we are console people. We are console
yeah. I
guys.
mean, we play the majority of our
Mm-hmm.
games on our consoles.
Right.
I mean, just look at me. That they're a very few games that I play on a regular basis
Mm-hmm.
on my PC. It's
Yep.
capable of playing any game
Right.
that I would want to
Yep.
play on it, but I just choose to play it on
Yep.
my PS5
Same
or
thing. Same thing with
my
me. I mean,
Switch.
we sit
But
here in Discord
yeah,
and we stream console games to Discord. I'm sitting in front of two amazing computers that I love dearly, that work fantastic for everything, and I prefer to play console. So, to answer your question, yes, the Series S is a fantastic system. I have one. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I love it for
I
Game
think
Pass. It's fantastic for Game
I
Pass.
think when I can nail one down later this year, because this next game on
Yes,
my
that was
list, I'm going to want to have one for um, an Xbox Series X, which brings me into Forza Horizon 5, which was announced and given a release date of November 2021, taking place in Mexico. So, I'm going to have before November sometime
Yep.
to get an Xbox Series X
Yes.
because
Chris Wiley, yes, do it. Do it. It's fantastic.
absolutely. I mean, and along with that, I'm going to want to get a physical copy of Halo Infinite as
I
well.
like how Winterhouse went from pro PlayStation boo
So,
to Xbox. Okay, hold on.
yeah,
Are we doing this right now, Ethan? Are we doing this right now?
we really going there?
Let me give Ethan some fuel for chaos. Okay, I want to give him some fuel for chaos. I will tell you that when I got the Series S and I plugged it into the 65-inch TV that's right on the other side of this little bar right here, and I turned on Grounded, which you guys know we love, I was absolutely fucking blown away. I was blown away. Like, just the vibrant colors that I was looking at were awesome. The
Yep.
only I'm gonna get fucking castrated for all this. The only game that I've seen so far on PS5 that have that kind of like blew away the that sort of graphics thing was actually a terrible game. What was it, Godfall? The vibrancy
Yeah.
of every texture, every single texture in Godfall was mind blowing. However, the Series S, they render colors different or they render picture different. Obviously, they must. Did look absolutely fantastic, and I remember like being blown away, and full of like crazy ass emotion when I saw it. And there you go. This means I need to make a meme for Discord.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to admit when I see something fantastic, because as much as we're PlayStation fanboys, which we really are, we love our PlayStations. We always will. We can
Yeah, and that's the
also
thing about it. Yes, I'm a PlayStation fanboy, but
we can recognize.
that's but I can recognize when something
Yeah.
is amazing. I like to just consider myself a pro like video game person anyways. Like if it's good, I will recognize
Yeah.
that it's good.
Yeah, and we do. Him and I do actually the same thing. If it's a multiplayer game, we get it on PlayStation. If it's an exclusive game, obviously we get it on PlayStation. And if it's a single player game, personally, sometimes I get it on Xbox. Sometimes I do. I haven't actually purchased an Xbox game in a very long time.
Because of
This
Game Pass.
this right here, this right here, this right here, and then like over there, there's a pile of PlayStation 5, and PlayStation 4 games. And then I've got this little tiny section of Xbox games. And really it is because of Game Pass.
Yeah, my PlayStation games are off to the right
Yeah.
here beside
So
me, and
Game
there's a
Pass
gigantic
alone,
thing of them. And then back there on that shelf, on the bottom shelf,
yeah.
is my
And we've
Xbox game
said,
collection. And it's like maybe about
yeah,
that.
like, wait a minute. No,
Yeah,
we've said a million
little.
times. We have said a million times that Game Pass is the killer. Game Pass is fantastic.
Yep.
It is absolutely
Speaking
one of
of
the
which,
best things.
Starfield
Subscription.
and Forza Horizon 5 Game Pass day one.
Right.
Yep. So
And that's crazy. Chivalry 2 just came out for console. Pass. What was the question? I'm sorry, what? I blacked out. I, I'm not sure if I've heard of that game, and it sounds like something I'm not sure if
it's a
I play.
sword fighting. It's like a
Oh,
sword
okay.
fighting simulator
Yeah. So
game.
it's Dark Souls that I can't play because I'm not very good. Yeah. Right.
It seems like it would be just as difficult combat wise.
Yeah. Is it anything like
It looked
Sekiro?
cool. Probably not, because Sekiro is third person and Chivalry is first person.
Okay, because that did incite quite a bit of rage in me in the first 2 hours. The only 2 hours I ever played. So yes,
I've never played a Chivalry game, to be
Series
honest.
S.
So
Get the Series S. And
yeah,
believe it or not,
and
right now
if you
Walmart
can
has
afford
some
it,
X's right now. Evidently, they've got a decent amount there. They're doing it every 10 minutes or every 30 minutes. They're releasing
yep.
some. And that's how I got Shane his PS5. So we got really lucky. Multiplayer medieval warfare is what it is. Oh, that actually sounds pretty crazy. I bet it'd be funner for me to watch than actually play, though. Although I do love medieval.
You guys all know how I get on player versus player multiplayer games, all right?
And that's another reason why we're taking a break, because
you don't want to see any of that.
he needs a break from gaming, from multiplayer. I'll take over multiplayer a little bit. Just real quick, before we go on to a couple more games on E3, actually a whole fucking slew of games. Thank you very much, everybody, for liking and sharing the stream. We appreciate that. Brandon Rose liking, Chris Wiley, B. Dilly Towns. Thank you very much. Lucky, as always, Ruben and James Hertz. Thank you very much, guys. We really appreciate you guys. So you said Forza Horizon 5. And that was in November this year?
Yep. This year.
Awesome. Okay. And next to the note that I'm reading, to kind of lead you a little bit, it says Mexico?
Yeah, that's the location that it takes place in.
No shit.
Yep.
It's a beautiful country. It's a beautiful country.
They when they kind of described it, they mentioned that it would be the biggest game yet, like in scope of the map, obviously, but also the most diverse, because Mexico is probably one of the most diverse locations they could have thought about. You know, it has canyons, it has snowy mountains, it has deserts, it has towns, modern cities,
snowy mountains,
historic cities. Yeah, there's snowy mountains in Mexico.
I think I failed geography class.
I asked the same question when they announced it. They were like, "Oh yeah,
there's snow.
We got the snow-capped mountains of Mexico," and I'm like, "You gotta be fucking kidding me!"
So,
then I looked it up, and I was like, "I'm wrong."
So this is basically just an advanced crew.
The
first one,
more focused in scope.
The second one sucked. Oh fuck, that was terrible.
The
first one was I thought the first one was fantastic. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. I could talk about that forever.
Going down.
I think it's awesome that they're going to Mexico. However, I think I hope that they keep their like open, world type thing going, because there's nothing.
It absolutely is.
There's nothing I like more than just yeet myself off the road into a fucking pile of trees.
Well, you're going to be able to do that.
And
you're probably going to be able to yeet yourself off of the road into like a canyon this time.
Yeah, you've seen me do it multiple times. It's fantastic. Yeah. It's fun. Yeah, see? I think that's awesome. I think I really like when games go to different areas. I mean, the United States is not the only fucking country around. You know what I mean? Like,
it's true.
Go somewhere else.
It's true.
Everything else is way more beautiful than this fucking place.
For real.
To an extent, okay, we've got some really neat places.
We got some okay places.
Yeah, like First Street in Bangor. Obviously a joke. It's a fucking terrible place. I was trying to throw you off a little bit. Okay, so Metroid Dread, is that the full name for it?
Yeah, Metroid Dread. It's a spin-off. It's technically supposed to be the end of the Metroid saga. Mm-hmm. It's the first 2D Metroid game since like the early 90s.
Yeah, a lot of people don't do it anymore. 80s. The majority of the people that do it are indie games. Indie games still grasp that, but triple
A art style
titles.
The art style looks super, super cool. It has very horror game vibes, which is very unlike Metroid. Metroid is typically pretty sci-fi. Horror.
Oh, horror. Yeah. Oh, okay. I got excited. Sorry.
Horror. It has horror horror vibes.
It's it gives
Samus is just like in like
just,
the lower part,
yeah.
and then the top is gone, and
Yeah.
you know.
I'm gonna need a picture of
Yeah.
that later. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's really cool. I'm really glad that they're bringing that style back. There are very few games that can do that. Metroid is absolutely one of them.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I thought. I was like, okay,
Yeah,
I can dig this. This is probably going to be one of the Switch games
I hope it's
I
as
buy on
beautiful as
release date.
Planet Alpha, which I really want a Planet Alpha 2. I know you guys might not remember me playing that one. A couple of you might actually. I also purchased it for Eric for him to play. I love that style, that 2D type style, side scroller type stuff, and I'm thinking that Metroid's gonna be just as fucking cool.
I think so too. Yeah, it's looking
I'm
awesome by the
curious to see
gameplay that
like
I
how the
saw.
story unfolds, though. You know,
It's going to be interesting.
but
I'm curious about the story
yeah,
progression too.
one thing I am really excited about with Metroid, Rule 34. Okay. That's October 20,
Yeah.
2021. I mean, because
Yep.
Metroid's a female, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
It's going to be really, really cool. I'm excited about that. Is that coming on what consoles is that?
Switch.
It's just Switch, which means
Yep.
I'm gonna have to turn that thing on
You're
and
gonna have to
update it.
fucking dig that thing out, man.
Oh, it's already
Dig
out.
that thing
I just have to update it because it hasn't been turned on since a very long time ago. In fact, the last person that played that Switch was at Bangor Comic and Toy Con.
out. Wow. Damn, that was 2 years ago.
That was 2 years ago. Yeah. Just letting Dave know that Alien Isolation is on Game Pass. So, first of all, I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing, Ethan. Second of all, yes, I do want to play that game. I at least want to attempt to try that game. I know there's a couple spots that are a little crazy, but
Alien Isolation is freaky, man.
Brandon Hagen, thank you very much for the 200 stars. Thank you so much, buddy. He says this is just to say you guys rock. Thank you very much. He also says ... and Shane still sucks. It's just this running thing. Sometimes in chat people do specific things and they just keep going with it, and it's hilarious every single time. Yeah, so
that's kind of their thing.
I'm gonna keep on rocking. Shane, you still suck. Thank you very much, Brendan. Okay, Guardians of the Galaxy. Holy shit, I'm very very excited about that.
I was very surprised with that announcement. I knew one was coming based off of speculation of the gaming community. I just didn't think that it would be released this year.
Okay, until I saw something about it not that long ago, I didn't even know it was a fucking thing.
I knew that it was in development by Square Enix, but I didn't know when it was going to be revealed or if we'd even see it anytime soon. But lo and behold, it's just been in development in secret like for a long time now, with Marvel and Square Enix working on it together.
Yeah.
And now it's being released in November.
What I don't like, though, I don't like that it's just like a Marvel Avengers that type. I don't mind it. Okay, I don't mind it.
Okay, so
however, I would prefer it to be something a little bit different.
No, Dave, it's nothing like Marvel Avengers. It's a single player story game.
No, I know. But the style. The sort of like high over the shoulder, top down, smash
Yeah.
everything. That style. I know I know that the style kind of works. However, I always want these games like this to be in the style of like the Spider-Man stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think they nailed the new Spider-Man games. Absolutely phenomenal. Miles Morales, fantastic. Take that and use that style in this instead of the higher top down. Give us more like a third person, closer, tighter,
yeah
game.
We'll see how it turns out, because you're supposed to play as Star-Lord and you kind of command the rest of the Guardians to do your bidding. But the gameplay that I saw looks really, really inspiring, and the fact that it's a single player game and it's an action adventure. It's not an open world. It's an action adventure, a
Yeah.
very focused, driven
Yeah.
narrative
And
story
there's no
game.
doubt in my mind
I
it's not going to
dig
be
those.
fantastic. It's going to be fantastic.
Oh yeah,
There's no
it's
doubt
its
in my
own
mind.
standalone story,
Mm-hmm.
so that's cool too. It's
I
not
hope it
based off
extends.
of.
I hope it extends from like the universe of
I think it will. I
Marvel.
think there will be mentions of everything,
Yeah.
but I think it'll also be its own standalone thing.
Yeah.
The cool thing is, from what I've been gathering, the actors for each of the characters actually did the voiceovers for each one of their characters in this game.
I feel like that's the only way to do it.
That's the only way to do it. So Rocket, the voice actor for Rocket, did Rocket. Well,
Right.
I should say the actor, because
Yeah.
all of the corresponding actors in the movies for those characters did the voices for the characters in the
Yeah.
game. Is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Didn't word it properly the first time, but you guys probably know what I meant.
So November this year is what the release date is going to be. That's what we're hoping. Yeah.
Well, that's what they've said now,
Okay,
because
good.
the game's officially
Oh,
finished.
it's confirmed. Oh,
So,
sweet. Yeah.
yeah.
Ethan Vos
Yeah.
comes in with during the break. I feel like you guys will work on backlog with no distractions. What games do you hope to complete? I have a very embarrassing thing to admit, and I'm not proud of this. I'm not proud of this. I still have to beat Horizon Zero Dawn.
Well, you got plenty of time.
Dude, I did not finish that game. And I feel terrible about it because it was one of the best games in our generation.
It has a really, really good story too. If you can just
Yeah.
latch onto the story,
Right.
and kind of
Well,
get
if you
your way
remember,
through
Far
it.
Cry came out not too far afterwards,
Yeah,
and it kind of destroyed any hope of me getting, where I wanted to be with it. I know I got a decent ways in, but I'm going to have to do a massive recap to get a little bit further from where I am,
Yeah.
or play it all over again.
I would just start it all over again. You might.
It's probably better that way.
Yeah.
And also, I still need to beat. Did I ever beat Odyssey?
I think you
I don't
did.
think-
No, maybe you
Did
didn't.
I beat Valhalla? I don't think. Okay, so there you go. You have a list of absolutely phenomenal games that I cannot believe I didn't beat. Actually, no, I think I beat Valhalla. I'm gonna go back and look.
Yeah, you gotta play Cyberpunk as well.
Yep, I gotta play Cyberpunk. The backlog just
And
keeps getting deeper and deeper.
Yeah.
I believe it or not, and this may sound crazy. I'm going to use, and this might not work the way I want it to work. I would actually like to use this break to game less. I want to be outdoors.
And that's kind of what I was thinking too,
Yeah.
especially for me, because we've just been going at it so hard.
Yeah.
For me, I think, going into Ethan's question before we move on, I think for me, he mentioned Haven. I do want to try and beat that game for him, and I might not platinum it, considering I've just been, platinuming everything recently.
Right.
Considering Ratchet and Clank, which I already platinumed.
Yep. I beat that yesterday, by the way, on stream. It was great.
Yeah, I just platinumed it yesterday as well.
That's awesome, dude. It's so much fun. Oh my god, that game was fun.
It's amazing.
But yeah.
I will beat Haven. I probably won't platinum it and get all the trophies, just because I do the two things I want to work on during my time off from stream here is platinuming or finishing up the platinum for Mass Effect 2 in a Legendary Edition, and then Mass Effect 3, which obviously is not going to be hard. It's just going to be time consuming. But other than that, I want to game less and just focus more time on playing music, being outside, and just relaxing, because
I know
over the past 3 years, being pretty much full-time with Winter House and full-time with work, music has also kind of taken a back seat in my life. And I kind of just want to, play a little bit more. Maybe I'll do some Discord streams of drums and stuff for you guys. It's something that I've been throwing up in the mind wheel up there and trying to figure out the logistics for.
And I think that'd be awesome because, believe it or not, guys, Kelly's got way more talents than a beautiful face. He does. True. I've seen it. Is down under. No, I'm talking about his drums.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and even for me, yes, I'm going to do some gaming. I'm not going to not game. I'm just going to game a little bit less. We actually last year for summer did not go outside much. I spent a massive amount of time in this room, not this room. This is a new room, but my other room, in front of this, in front of all of this. So it's a friend of mine wants to get a camera, and I'm going to take advantage of the one that Lucky was so kindly gave to me. I'm going to go out and just we're going to go explore and take pictures and do some hiking. You guys will see pictures too. We're still going to post things all the time and talk to people, and we're still going to be
in the Discord. We'll still be doing the podcast. Right. We'll still be gaming, although it will be a little bit less than we would normally do.
He says, "Weren't you in a death metal band, or just listen to death metal?"
Yeah, I've been in all sorts of bands.
Yeah,
I've been in so many different bands.
Just loud stuff that my old ears can't listen to.
I wouldn't call Alter the Tides death metal, but we had musical parts that were more in that style. Yes, it was kind of an amalgamation of different metal.
Yep.
And I've been in all sorts of bands. I've been in folk bands. I've been in metal bands. You name it. I played jazz in a jazz band at my first college. So,
that sounds awesome. That's right up my alley.
And I wrote and produced my own music as well for a long time. So not only do I play drums, I play guitar, bass, keyboard, what have you. So been doing it for a long time.
Yep.
And it's kind of taken a back seat. So I'm kind of pretty excited to maybe I'll share some of that with you guys.
Yeah, I think they'd probably love it.
Yeah.
Kelly is more than just a great beard. Yes. Believe it or not.
Yeah. Jeremiah has actually known me for a long time. Speaking of that, so
yeah. So he says, Ethan Vo says, I remember when I first watched Dave stream, we talked about Bolt Thrower. That's probably
we did.
A very loud music that I don't listen to.
Bolt Thrower,
main hardcore. Brendan Rose all into that main hardcore. That shit's all over Bangor. I mean, it really is. There's a whole like underground like band craziness that happens in Bangor that I actually didn't know existed until I met Kelly and Tony.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm just like, whoa, this is weird. But it took us years, okay? Now, Kelly and we've got so much in common anyway, like massive amounts in common. But it took us years and one very simple song for him and I to kind of like connect, and that was Night Flight Orchestra.
Yeah, I mean, you see the shirt that I'm wearing here. My favorite band, Soilwork. Their vocalist is also the singer for the Night Flight Orchestra, which is kind of,
it's very 70s amazing style, very 70s and early 80s, and that fucking band, dude, that music, that shit is just, it's got everything I wanted to have, for me to enjoy it.
Speaking of Brandon's comment here, you would actually like Wait a lot. Wait is really, really good. They're one of the better bands here in Bangor.
Yeah.
They're actually full of members who used to actually play heavier music, but went for something a little bit different. So. Yeah.
My buddy in high school went from playing hardcore music and then joined the band Wait. Is that like alternative, like folk?
They're interesting. You would need to listen to them.
It sounds like I would enjoy at least.
Not in a bad way. They're good. Yeah. They're good. They're more along the lines of something you would listen to than wouldn't listen to.
Right. Brandon Rose, you're up north, right? I feel like I saw we had some friends in common. Do you ever? No, you're too young to know who Donnybrook is. I think you might be too young to listen to know who Donnybrook is. Fuck, I loved Donnybrook. Donnybrook was absolutely awesome. They were actually up in Lincoln, and their music was harder, but not hard. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like Soiled Pork or anything like that or whatever. But I live in Connecticut. Oh, okay, Ellsworth. Okay.
Yeah,
I wasn't really sure. But yeah, Donnybrook was pretty amazing, and they're still trying to. There's still some people up there trying to bring them back. Not going to happen because they're all doing very, very different things now. But I just never got into a lot of that death metal stuff. But.
It's crazy. Like this is just got so derailed from our what we were going
massively
for. But
derailed.
now that we're into it, I guess I should mention it. Like when I played in Off the Tides, there's this massive group of people in southern Maine that still want that band to get back together, even though Travis, our guitar player, is in Oregon. Jake went back to Vermont, and John is now, playing in a more successful band. We were all young and super immature and naive, but very.
Sometimes that's the best
fun
type of thing.
It was
right?
one of the more fun bands that I played in. Lots of amazing memories and experiences with those guys, but it kind of set the stage for everything in my life and where I'm at now.
Yeah.
So I look back at it
because even like you and Richard, you guys listen to some like really.
I listen to a little bit heavier stuff than Richard, but we listen to a lot of similar music too. So
right. Yeah, I mean that's all that stuff is like, I don't know, it's just beyond me. Whatever it is. Lately, I've been listening to the newest Exocrine.
Yeah.
Not sure if you're familiar with them.
I'm not actually familiar with them. I probably should be ashamed of myself or something.
Maybe. Go stand in the corner.
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get back to some E3 stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
We were talking about Horizon Zero Dawn, which actually makes sense because Horizon Forbidden West.
Supposedly, now this is estimated based on what we've heard from the developers. They're saying the game is done, but they want to continue bug testing it.
Yeah.
They mentioned they want to aim for a November release date. So that's why this is on my most anticipated games of 2021 list.
Yep. Cross your fingers.
Crossing my fingers that it comes out this year because they want it to, but they're not afraid to delay it longer if it needs it.
Yep.
So
I'll
just put that out there, and a
bunch of nerds.
We'll move on from that one because there is one game that's been delayed multiple times now that is absolutely coming out on time, and that's Far Cry 6. Dave and I are both ecstatic for that.
That's my fucking jam.
It comes out in October. I don't know if I've ever been more excited for a Far Cry game because this Far Cry game is the most diverse and interesting setting, location, weapons, you name it. The stealth seems more interesting somehow because the stealth's always been awesome in Far Cry, but
there hasn't been
for some reason
there is stealth, but it's not a defining factor in the game.
It's a little bit more low key.
Yep.
But now it kind of seems like more of a reality that you can really
for real
take that approach.
Yep. And I just want my 50 caliber sniper rifle. You give me a 50 caliber sniper rifle, dude, I am all fucking for it.
Look, Zaf says he can't wait for Far Cry 6 as well. You guys know here with Winterhouse that we're huge Far Cry fans. Dude, even me. It might not be my favorite game franchise, but undoubtedly I am a huge Far Cry fan. Yep. So I always have been. Yep.
And I'm as far as the bad guys go, I hope one of them pulls me away from my Pagan Min I love Pagan Min as a bad guy. He was my favorite bad guy.
That's cool that the DLCs. It's cool that the DLC, speaking of Pagan Min, will allow you to play as your favorite Far Cry villain,
which is awesome. I love Pagan Min.
Yeah, so you could play as John Seed, you could play as Pagan Min, you could play as Voss.
Yep.
I forget what the other.
A lot of people liked Voss, but I'm Pagan Min. Okay, I liked
Pagan Min a lot. So here's what I tell people. Very interesting character.
Here's what I tell people. Voss was more like he was more, how can I explain this? Spoiled Psycho, you know?
Yeah.
John was more, he was more kind of like,
Like a Dahmer.
directive Psycho, you know?
Yeah, he was like a Jeffrey Dahmer
It was a higher
psycho.
power. And Pagan Min was more of like the new Joker movie Psycho.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like generally Psycho, and
Like generally batshit crazy.
batshit crazy. Like the guy had
Yeah.
mental disorders beyond control, and it created who he is in that. And that's, you know, he he was just naturally psycho. Voss was kind of like, normal at first, but then he became psycho through,
Power.
power, right? And that's really what it is. You know what I mean? And then a higher power for John Seed. He thought he was
Yep.
he was channeling, a higher power, this and that, through the cold and stuff like that. But that's why I like Voss quite a bit. I really don't care if it has the same type of mechanics. You could take Far Cry 4 or 5, either one with the same mechanics, and just copy paste and put them in a different country, and I would eat that shit up. However, one thing I do want to see that I'm really, really hope that we get is those crazy off the wall, makes absolutely no sense DLCs. Because those could have been released.
We absolutely,
yeah.
I think we absolutely will see those, because, like I was mentioning, they already have planned one DLC where we're going to be playing as a villain of their choice,
and they're getting rid of the arcade thing. I didn't really care about that. I thought it was kind of neat,
yes.
But I
didn't
a cool
really
care
feature,
about it,
but not entirely necessary.
No.
I'm not heartbroken that they're doing away with that. So,
but I did love the DLCs for Far Cry 5, and they were so off the wall. They were so incredibly off the wall. You and I sat there for way too long playing those fucking games.
Days.
Like,
days.
Oh, this is in Missouri. Well, no, this one's in fucking space.
And this one's on Mars.
And then this one's it's on Mars, and then this one's in Vietnam, and just it was crazy. I loved it so much. I absolutely loved it. I really cared less about the when you go to like the whole Shangri-La thing in 4.
Yeah,
I could really care less about that.
Yeah,
it looked beautiful. It looked cool. Didn't care.
Yeah.
I do like jumping up every single tower to open up an area. I think it's important to do that. I like doing that. I had no problem that particular thing was in every single Far Cry game since the beginning, pretty much.
I mean, some people like it, some people dislike it. It is what it is.
It was a staple to me.
It's a staple. Yeah.
A lot of games have adopted that. For instance, Biomutant actually kind of adopted that too, where you can open up kind of the area. So a lot of things that people were mad about, didn't care. I copy and paste, cookie cutter.
Yep.
So you have something on here. What's FH5?
That's Forza Horizon 5. I just abbreviated.
GOT.
So yeah, we've already talking about that.
Okay.
Guardians of the Galaxy, we've already discussed. The next one is Halo Infinite. And the closer we get to it, the more excited I find myself getting, because obviously it's a Halo game, and we all want to feel that nostalgic feeling that we did when we were, in our early teens and younger, playing through Halo games.
Can I be a Debbie Downer?
You not excited?
No. I'm excited about the idea of nostalgia, but I'm not sure if it's going to deliver on that. Because Master Chief Collection, the only thing that pulled me on nostalgia, even the last, what was it, number 5 or whatever, the only thing that pulled me on that through the Master Chief Collection is that you could hit the button to go back and forth.
Well, that was cool.
That was really cool.
The Master Chief Collection was actually awesome.
Yeah. So I'm just not sure that it's going to pull that amount of nostalgia back. Will it be a cool game? Yeah, it's probably going to be really, really fucking cool. but they've got to do some crazy things with the storyline to make people that are, 35, that when we played it
and
back
30.
in our 20s, and sometimes a little bit younger too, and 30, right? 27, 20.
Jeez, I remember. Oh God, the first time
they have to do something to pull
long
us,
time ago.
Right into
it.
Back into it. And I'm afraid it's not going to happen. They've got a lot of. The funny thing is, they have a lot of like big shoes to fill, but they're the ones that fucking filled it.
Yeah.
But how do you fill a shoe and it's already got shit in it? And when I say the shit, I mean like God of War, the Horizons, the all the things that are coming out that are absolutely fucking mind blowing, that are in that shoe.
Yep.
And every single one of these things took a little bit of a play out of Halo's book. They really did. A lot of things did. Call of Duty's will continue to do that.
Yep.
A lot of shit will. But so they have huge shoes to refill, and I'm concerned
there are so
that they
many
might not be able
amazing. Yeah, there are so many amazing games coming out.
Weird analogy.
What if they all overshadow?
Right.
Halo.
And that's what I'd be worried about, because there's a lot of things that happens to. Yeah. B Daily says, "Hey Dave and Kelly, guess what? Are you gonna say chicken butt?
What, Brandon?
Just say chicken butt. I know that's all you want." So, the question is, at the end of the day, was E3 okay? Wait. How did God of War take a little bit of Halo? No, I'm okay. I'm not. I did say that, but the intention was a little bit different. You know what I mean? And please don't make me explain myself, because I probably can't.
I knew what Dave meant. Different games take elements from other games and take influence, or some
and
sort
it
of
doesn't even
direction
have
from
to
other
be
games.
it doesn't, in that sense of what I said, it doesn't actually have to be like a physical thing or a mechanic. It could be the marketing that they use, because they marketed really well for Halo.
It could be the art style.
It could be a little bit, so
the music. It could be anything.
So how we listen to like music, and okay, that's music based on music. Okay, stuff in the 2000s is based off stuff in the 90s, and then sometimes they take ideas from like the 80s and stuff like that. I think it happens across the board, no matter what genre you're in. Inspiration.
Yeah,
inspiration can come in any. So maybe I'm just trying to stretch to make it make sense. Maybe I'm full of shit. Who knows? For everything else is CoverGirl. They do not sponsor this podcast, but if you want to, I'm a pretty lady. Okay. The real question I don't know what I'm saying.
The real question is, was E3 2021 a success or a bust?
So what do you think?
I think there were some successes, but overall, what was shown off to me was kind of lackluster. The only from as we're talking just about E3, counting out the Summer Games Festival with what Jeff Keighley is doing, because that's its own entity.
He's still trying to do
counting that out.
Oh God, they're gonna sing WAP or WAP, whatever the fuck that weird
WAP,
that weird song. I
counting that out. I think the most successful part of it was Xbox's presentation, and then other than that, it was just kind of a bust.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say that maybe half and half, and the reason I'm gonna say that is because there's so many things happening in the world, okay, and there's so many things happening in individual lives that there's a possibility that the excitement surrounding these is also shadowed. You know what I mean? That makes sense?
Yeah, by everything
so
else.
Starfield looked amazing. Everything, a lot of things looked amazing. But maybe timing was the problem. Maybe.
I think timing is definitely part of it, but I think just with everything else going on in the world,
right.
I don't think there was as much buzz generated about it this year. It just it felt off.
You know what else is causing a massive rift with this particular E3 also? It's coming towards the middle of a I'm not going to say pandemic, but I'm gonna say that it's coming in the middle of a shortage for consoles. Okay, and I think that people are like, I'm not gonna be able to fucking play that anyway. I can't even find a damn console.
Yeah, they're
right?
like they're saying all these games that are going to be next gen console exclusive, not like exclusive to one
so
console,
when you're saying
but
hype,
only on next gen.
Right. When you're saying the lack of hype, I completely agree with that statement.
Yeah, because
and I think there's a lot of
they
things
see
that,
all these games.
Yeah.
And besides Far Cry 6, which is going to have a PS4 copy
right.
and an Xbox One copy,
Mm-hmm.
besides that game, all of these games that we're talking about are specifically for next gen consoles or PC. And not everyone has a super powerful PC. They can, plug these games in that need all of the, up to date graphics cards and CPU and, memory.
So that's why I say bust and success, because yes, a lot of fucking cool things are coming out. That's very exciting. However, it might be shadowed with all the bullshit that's happening, and I think that's the way it is.
Dave and I are excited about these things, but that's not speaking for the general person that doesn't necessarily have the resources or isn't as lucky to have the next gen.
Dude, that was luck of the fucking click, is what that was.
Same
it's all
here,
about
buddy.
This one finger. This one finger right here.
Yep, this finger.
Yes, B. Dilly, you said it. That's exactly what we're talking about. But you know what else we're going to talk about? We're going to talk about an absolutely fantastic platformer game. We talked about a little bit in the beginning. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. What a fucking roller coaster! Holy shit, that was a roller coaster.
That game was amazing from start to finish, and I started a new game plus to get the platinum, and I'm just playing through it again.
Dude,
because it's so fun. Like, even though there's no trophies to collect, you can still upgrade weapons even further, and you keep all your money. And it's just a fun game. Great story. It's a phenomenal.
It looked amazing. Is there something right here? Has this been on my beard for this whole time?
I don't know.
Oh my god, it was a piece of fuzz. I'm looking.
I blame Dove.
What the fuck is that? Yeah, dude, the game is breathtaking. If you are hesitant to get the game for whatever reason, stop.
Guess what, guys? You can get it for PS4 as well. It's not a PS5 exclusive. If you have a PS4, go pick the damn game up.
Yeah.
What are you waiting for?
So, B. Dilly, take your ass to the fucking nearest
Best Buy or whatever
game department of any nature. Go get it. It's fantastic. I have a question. Actually, I paid $70 for that fucking game on PS5. Is it still $70 on PS4? I thought it was PS5 only. No, I'm pretty sure I saw it. Let me look.
Are you sure that it's $70 on PS4?
No, I'm asking.
I would think that it'd be 50. I'm pretty sure it's 59. Like
I'm asking if that's the case.
I don't think that's the case.
He's like, okay, but I'm still pissed. Okay, give me a second. I'm looking at it right now. For PS4. PlayStation. Oh, dude, I think it was only for PS5.
Are you sure? I could have sworn that I saw PS4 copies.
Hold on. Oh, damn, I'm looking at it right now. Okay, it's going to be coming out for it. It's not out for it yet. That's what it was, okay? So, yes, it's okay to be pissed right now, but it is going to be coming out for it. They haven't done it yet. Now, I'm not going to lie. There's a couple places, Blazing something, I can't remember the name of it, one of the worlds, where it changes when you hit these crystals. I'm not super convinced. That place was amazing. I'm not super convinced that old gen consoles can even handle that, believe it or not.
Yeah, to be honest, I played the game and I was just like, Jesus, how are old gen consoles even gonna...
Nice.
Repissed.
Mission accomplished. I'm out.
Yep.
All right. Yeah.
I'm not playing through. Yeah, especially
you know the part I'm talking about,
where,
dude.
Yeah, where you smash those crystals.
Yeah, and it changes literally within seconds.
Yeah, and you're just like, Like I'm pretty.
My
I
mind was
think
blown when I saw that.
okay, so this is funny too. You know the weapon where you throw those grenades, and I think it's Mister. Oh no, it's not Mister Fungi.
The glove
It's
of doom.
yes, the glove of
Fuck,
doom
I love
shoots
that.
those little fucking things that
The
attack
robots,
everyone.
my friends.
Dude, I'm pretty sure you would overheat a regular PS4 if you just kept like rapidly spawning
Yep.
those, because eventually if you get enough golden bolts, you can get infinite ammo. And I
Oh,
literally
I
like
didn't
just
have
kept
that.
shooting. Yeah, I literally just when I got infinite ammo, I wanted to see how many of them I could spawn.
Oh my
And
god! I didn't know you could get
it
infinite
was
ammo.
pure yeah, if you get all of the golden bolts,
They're
you
just
can get
robots
infinite
running
ammo.
everywhere.
Dude, they were everywhere, and I'm just like, this is pure fucking chaos. And then obviously, the secret weapon in the game, I forget what it's called now, but
I didn't get it. Um,
well, you have to get all of the spy bots
dude, I
to get
utilized
that.
I utilized that the glove of doom or whatever. It's doom, but glove. Let's just call it glove of doom. I utilized that almost 100%.
Oh, it
Like
was great. I
if they
loved
weren't
that
out
thing.
running around like fucking lunatics, I was making sure that they were, because it saves
Yep.
my ass. Especially on the last battle,
Yeah.
you have a bunch of them around. So if anybody comes out of the side and you're not paying attention, they just run over there and fucking kill them. Perfect.
Yep.
You know
So the secret weapon I'm talking about is called the Rhino. If you upgrade
that
that
actually sounds
fully
awesome.
after yeah, the Rhino is it's amazing. You have to get all of the spy bots in the game to be able to unlock the Rhino.
Oh yeah, the little red guys.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep.
And once you get that, that teleports other objects from other dimensions into the game, and it just drops them out of the sky on enemies. So if you upgrade this thing all the way and then get that infinite ammo like I had, and then like get the upgrade where you can teleport um, items from different PS4 and PS5 games into that dimension, you're like I teleported a Thunderjaw from Horizon
Oh my
like down
god.
onto dude. You have these big ships falling out of the sky onto enemies and then exploding, and like
I
since
have to tell you
I
something.
had infinite ammo, it was just pure chaos and explosions everywhere. And I'm just not convinced that a base PS4 wouldn't just explode upon
Can I tell you
having
something?
any of that happening. What's that?
I looked at a couple sources. It's definitely not coming to PS4. I'm so sorry, Brandon. It's time to get a PS5. Time to get a PS5. Let me just tell you why. Okay, I looked at a couple different sources, and then there was a quote that kind of did it. Um, it's basically because of that reason. It's
Yeah,
literally
I
because of that reason. Um, the exact reasoning for this has not been made clear, but we imagine that for this part. I've been trying, given the fact that this design for the PS5 and is supposedly a game meant to show off the immense power that the console has. It simply would not run nearly well enough on the PS4 to make a release a possibility. So you're correct.
I'm pretty sure that like things like that and even warping between the dimensions, I'm pretty sure that would just fry a
Yep.
base PS4.
Yep. Brandon, if you want me to start trying to help you, I did help Shane get one. I also helped Chris Wiley get one. Myself. Um, so I've become sort of good at it. It's very difficult and time consuming. However, I think that we're getting closer to having more available. So if you want, contact me. You know where to find me. Let's talk about logistics. Talk about how it's going to work, and then get at it. Jake says, "Hey, white ass, why not stream for us sooner?" Why are you quoting that? Wait, Jake, why are you quoting that? I'm nervous about what you're saying. Okay, let's move on here. CD Projekt Red announces that CP 2077 will return to the PS Store on June 21st. What do you think about that?
That's happening. I don't know if this is a case of too soon or good or bad. They did specifically, Sony put out this warning. They were like, yeah, you shouldn't play that on a base PS4 still. The game's really meant to run on next-gen hardware, so you should probably stick to PS4 Pro or PS5 if you're still planning on buying.
You imagine if they dumbed it down?
CD Projekt Red.
Do you imagine if they dumbed it down for like PlayStation 4s to 720, 60 only?
Oh, God.
Or just like locked the frames? Because the more frames, the more problems, man. You need a lot of power for the more frames. Like, for instance, when I stopped the stream to come back on, all I did was change the frames from 60 to 30. I mean, we're sitting here talking. Who the hell needs to watch my face and your face in 60 frames per second? Nobody. I'm not going to do any fast movements.
People who want to read our lips.
That's right.
Yep.
But anyway, I got here at the wrong time, I guess. Yes, you absolutely got here at the wrong time. So CP2077, okay? Do you think it's too late? Do you think it's too late for them on coming to the PS4 store? Or the PS store?
I want to say no, because they still have next gen versions coming out, but that doesn't really mean anything considering, people on base PS4s aren't going to even be able to play it anyways. I feel like in this circumstance, they should have just waited until they had next gen copies out and then put it back on the store.
Right.
So that people could just play it in the way that it was meant to be.
Yeah. Right.
So that's kind of my thought on it. But
Chris says, I think I'll wait until it comes out on PS5. Are you talking about
exactly.
Yeah. I mean, that's
CP2077.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I just said.
Yeah.
Like I think they should have just done that. But it was good of them to at least put out the warning that, hey, you shouldn't really play this on base PS4s. So at least
Jake,
Sony was
you continue to get
proactive.
the cool games. You guys can have Lawnmower Simulator. He's like, oh, come at us. You and Ethan Vose have a lot in common. He's also sucking on the Xbox teat.
Yeah. I mean, I am with specific things for sure. I'll admit it.
Yeah,
Jake
eats, sleeps, and breathes Xbox. Jake, every time we talk about Halo, I bring you up anyway because he's a veteran.
Who's excited for Halo
He's
Infinite?
A Halo veteran. Jake, are you excited for Halo Infinite? You don't want to know what I said about it earlier. However, this is going to be on YouTube and Spotify and iTunes and all that stuff at a later date, probably this weekend. You'll be able to rehear it. What I think about the whole Halo thing.
You want.
That's right.
You can rehear it at 4
You can fucking repeat. I don't give a fuck. Yeah. Okay, so guys, Amazon Luna is opening access for all Prime members on June 21st and 22nd. Google had theirs. Xbox has one that's better. Do we give a fuck about Amazon's? I'm going to tell you right now. The answer is no for me.
Yeah, answer's
I don't
no
care.
For me. I have Prime, so I'll probably fuck with it a little bit.
Oh, I've got Prime. I'm definitely going to fuck with it. I'll even stream some of whatever game's on there at a later date when we come back.
Yeah.
However, I'm not going to put any stock into anything.
Their success.
I'm not going to put any stock into the games. I'm not going to purchase any AAA games on there. If there's free ones, I will absolutely take them. But that's it.
100%. I'm
going to treat Amazon Luna the same exact way I treat the Epic Store. You give it to me free, I'll go play it. But I'm not going to buy anything on your network. I generally don't buy anything on their network.
Amazon already makes too much money. Don't get
as
them
long
anymore.
as Jake says, as long as I keep getting milk, I'll suck away. He will too. He will.
Yes, he will.
Oh yeah, he says. All right, guys, I just got to let you know that we are going to be taking a break. If you're new in here and you haven't read the Facebook, it kind of explains a little bit of it. It explains a little bit of it. However, we are still going to be here to answer questions and talk and have a good time. We're going to post memes and news. We are still going to do the podcast every other week. If we do another one on the off week, that is a choice that's random. We will not tell you. We will just hit the button and go. But you can still guarantee that every other week, Thursday, so like 2 weeks from today, we will be doing the podcast at 7:30.
Yeah, that is a constant.
Yeah.
Before streaming, our first love was the podcast, so we will always do the podcast. Oh my God, Jake.
He gets dirty and loopy after 8.
Yeah,
the kids must be sleeping. Yep. He's getting horny.
Yeah, he's getting horny. Jake, go to bed, dude.
Hide your wife, hide your kids. Okay, so listen, we're still gonna be here. We're still gonna be here. Don't go anywhere.
Yep, we'll be here.
The last stream's gonna be Sunday for Kelly. I'm gonna be streaming Saturday morning still. Kelly, if you don't want to, it's no big deal. Honestly, at that point. But I will Saturday morning. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do.
Closing out stream.
Yeah, absolutely. Mac and cheese, rum and sorite. What is sorite? Did you? Oh, Sprite. Okay.
Oh my
Ladies
God.
and gentlemen, that's my brother.
Yep.
All right, we love you guys right to death. Thank you very much for joining us today. Have a great night.
I'm getting tired and loopy.
He's getting tired. He was actually tired at the beginning.
You can probably see it in my eyes, guys. Like I feel like I've been hit by like a ton of bricks.
You know what though? You're a fucking champ. That's what you are.
Shane said it best after I came back downstairs before the podcast. He was like, dude, you look stoned. And I'm like, the funny thing is I'm not.
This is natural.
This is natural.
Come at me,
buddy.
bro.
see these bags under my eyes.
Yeah, exactly. All right, thank you very much, guys. We love you. And you know where to find us. Discord, or send a message through Facebook, whatever you got to do.
Or cyber stalking.
That's always a plus. All right, see you guys later. Peace. Hey guys, this is Dave from Winterhouse Gaming. If you liked what you saw, please subscribe, hit that button, show us some love, check out our other videos, and throw us a comment. Thank you very much.